If you finished a new player experience, hit level 30 in Crowfall, and are wondering what's next, then this video is for you. I'm Ezraoth, and welcome back for another Crowfall guide video. This is another video as a follow-up to my written guides at ezogaming.com. If you want to ask questions live, then I stream live every day besides Mondays on Twitch. You can follow a link in the description. Now let's dive into the video. So you reached level 30 on your first character. You're going to want to use some of that gold you saved from the new player experience to buy yourself your first set of major and minor discipline runes. These disciplines will be the defining part of your build that will make you unique compared to other people playing the same promotion class. I made a written guide for disciplines that I will link in the description, and a video I will link as well. The best thing you can do at level 30 once you've used your gold from the new player experience to gear yourself up with disciplines, get some actual equipment. For cheap starting gear, you're going to want to start farming war tribe camps, marked as red tents or villages on your map. These camps will have a chance to spawn elite enemies, captains, chiefs, and kings. Any of these higher difficulty mobs have a high chance of solid gear drops, but be careful as kings and chiefs are very hard to solo and will be contested by other players. Be sure to bank your inventory frequently so you can gather lots of junk loot to sell at the vendor when you are done farming. You want to avoid PvP until you are fully geared, stick to the zones before Skypoint and Infected until you find the gear, but players can still leak into those zones. Now that you are level 30, your attributes and talent points are picked, you have your major and minor discipline runes, and you found yourself some war tribe gear. You may pick a harvesting or crafting spec if you are interested in doing either on your PvP tune. If you plan to make characters specifically for crafting or harvesting, this will be a completely different step. But many specs, especially harvesting, are now viable on PvP tunes. In order to start harvesting or crafting, you'll have to visit the exploration discipline vendor in any temple and pick the spec you are interested in learning. Explore and discover. There's lots to explore and discover in each zone. They are all uniquely created with different outpost locations and loot spots. You can be rewarded a lot in Crowfall by exploring parts of the map to find rare mob spawns, captains, and chiefs spawned, or by finding loot and chests scattered across the world. You can find your favorite grind spots or harvesting spots that no one else is using. Lots of the materials you harvest from chests could be worth keeping or selling, but be careful exploring, as players could be around any corner. Upgrade your vessel. The largest increase in attributes for your character and your most important progression arc in Crowfall will be upgrading your vessel. Depending on the vessel crafted, a new vessel will greatly increase all your attributes and attribute caps. Your first vessel can come from the Infected Temple for 15,000 gold, or you can pay a crafter or find one in a player-made vendor with slightly higher stats than the Infected vendor vessel. For more information on vessels, I have a written guide that I will link in the description of the video. Upgrade your disciplines. One of the major progression arcs in Crowfall is improving your major, minor, and exploration discipline rune. Every tier quality of a discipline brings higher stats, so these are essential to min-maxing your character. Minor combat disciplines will drop from thralls, which are undead spirits that spawn at night especially during the winter. They can also drop from chests, which you will loot around the world. Major combat disciplines require runes of knowledge for the corresponding discipline to drop from thralls in guild versus guild campaigns, and you will need 3 of each to make 1 green uncommon quality discipline. Major combat discipline runes must be crafted by a rune crafter, so you will need to make a rune crafter or find one to make you your disciplines for you. Making the disciplines will require 4 domination dust, acquirable from exploration discipline vendors in any temple. Harvesting exploration discipline runes will drop from any resource nodes on any resource in infected or other campaigns. Crafting exploration discipline runes will drop by crafting advanced recipes for the craft you are working towards. Upgrading those disciplines will also require lots of domination dust, making gold a very valuable resource to hoard. In order to upgrade all of your disciplines, you'll need to also get soul essences from the thralls. For more information on disciplines, I made a video and another written guide that I will link in the description of this video. Keep upgrading your gear. Once you've acquired some good gear and upgraded your disciplines, you're going to want to keep farming resources or gold to make sure you can keep replacing your gear. Gear can be broken surprisingly quick sometimes if you are playing and potentially dying a lot, so lots of backup gold and resources for backup sets of gear is always needed in Crowfall. Think you have your gear, your talents, and your disciplines put together? Time to put them to work. Get out in the infected faction versus faction world, where you will have your best chance to start learning your class and build in PvP. This is where you will at least want to start to practice PvP before stepping up to Dregs, which is guild versus guild. Open up general or faction chat once you're inside the infected, and ask around if anyone else in the faction is interested in grouping up, or start your own group. Veteran guilds or other players may pick you up, and then you'll have a group to start fighting with, or a guild to join. You can find action in the events chat tab, or by watching the map and seeing outposts flip. The events chat tab will list locations of players when they are on top of objectives. So look out, other players will be looking for you too. If you haven't already, you're going to soon probably want to join a guild. Crowfall is a very hard to play game as a solo player, and like any other MMO, it rewards you for being social and working together. Once you've spent some time in the infected campaign, you may have spotted a group you'd like to join. You can find guilds recruiting on the guild recruitment forum, which I will link in the description of the video. There is no in-game guild UI yet, so you will have to apply on the Crowfall website. Most players will settle in guild versus guild or Dregs campaigns, where every death warrants inventory drop and durability loss, so you want to be a bit more prepared to fight there. There's going to be several different rule sets and campaign modes for players to have fun with, so you'll be able to pick a campaign world that suits you. In Dregs, you'll join a massive guild battle in a throne war you can win. You'll have the opportunity to be rewarded as a guild and a player for performing well or winning the campaigns, or you can choose to craft, trade, and amass great wealth. It's up to you. Overall, there's lots of goals to put yourself towards in Crowfall. Once you hit level 30, the leveling process halts, but the progression nearly never stops, as you'll constantly have to replace gear and be moving forward. There's lots to do, lots to explore, and lots of fights to be had. Alright, thank you so much for taking the time to check out my video. Think about dropping a like, commenting down below, or subscribing to the channel. It helps me out a ton. Any links mentioned will be in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching.